Hi, and welcome to MQW Driving School, another test video. This test video is for Horsforth Test Center in Leeds. This is one of the good example of how a person can pass a test for the first time if they drive very well in this kind of test routes. This test result is already a pass. Just few minor mistakes like 2. So let's repeat the route and let's do this mock test again and see how it goes, how people should be driving. So this road is 30 miles when you start the test, facing downhill. Is a meeting traffic situation, so you make sure you go slow. Look around, direction mirror checks. Don't go closer to the parked cars, always make sure you give 1 meter space. And then examiner asks, can you take a right turn to the next available road, which is, we call it a fish shop. So this street is 20 miles. See the floor is say 20. It's gonna be stay 20 for a long time until it don't change. Again, there are a lot of situations of meeting traffic. Drive the car in the center of the road, but predict and anticipate someone can come from the front. So go slow. If you have to do it in the second gear. And when your visibility is better, you can speed up afterwards. There's a good chance they can ask you to do some moving and stopping over here because it's a quiet road, and there's also a good chance they can ask you to do the parallel parking in this road in the start of the test. They also can ask you to pull up on the right side and reverse 2 car length on this road, or they can ask you to pull up on the left side before you reach the car, so you have to do the moving at angle exercise. So when they stop you inclined, that means you doing the hill start exercise. So when they stop you uphill for moving and stopping, that's called hill start exercise. So main thing, you don't roll back. Select the gear 1 or drive. Don't let the car roll back. Look all around properly to your shoulders, left to right, and only move when it's safe with your signal if you got people around you. Whenever you move and stop, don't forget what speed you're driving on. So you're still on the 20-mile zone, and then they can take you maybe some street on the right if they want to, or if the sat nav say, or you maybe have to go end of the road and take a right or left. So again, one more time, it's your moving and stopping, but that can be your parallel parking as well with the car in the front. When they stop you behind the car and they say, can you please park up on the left side, before you reach this parked car, leave yourself enough room to move off roughly a 1 car length. It can be a parallel parking exercise, that's why they're stopping you behind the car in the streets, or it can be just move at angle exercise. So until they don't tell you, you don't know. But every time you stop behind the car and they ask you to do so, be prepared for parallel parking. But if you already have done any exercise, any maneuver already in your test, that means they are not going to give the other one. Because you just started the test now, so there's a good chance they maybe want you to do it again. So yeah, so first is moving at angle exercise. Then you go park the car side by side. Reverse the car back straight in a line by looking mainly at the back, not from the mirror but shoulder looks. Then when you reach, then turn left, 1 circle, whatever you like to do, half 1. And then make a triangle about 1 o'clock. Then make the wheel straight. Then look all around from your front and back. If they're waiting for you, you can continue. But if they start moving, you stop. It's like a meeting traffic situations. 1 move at 1 time. Keep an eye on the other cars. If they're happily waiting for you, you can continue your exercise. But if they move, you have to stop. Now make the wheel straight and look on the left mirror if you parallel with the curb. And if you don't, you just can adjust yourself with going forward and backward. In this situation, the driver was looking all the time to the front and back. He was keeping a good eye on the observation from the front car and the back cars, as there was no space for them to go, and they was happily waiting for the driver to do the maneuver. So she did not hesitate it. So she decided to continue and do her exercise. And then when it's safe, look around and you move off. So now once you've done this maneuver, they are not going to give you another maneuver in the test. So now you're not going in any car park. They are not going to even ask you to pull up on the right side. So that means clear your mind from that thoughts. And emergency brake exercise still can happen at any time when they like, but they will stop you, they will explain you, then they will do it, otherwise they don't do it. So at the end of that road they can ask you to go left or right. Majority of the time they go right. Speed is not changing. The last speed you was driving on 20, so speed is still on 20 miles per hour. But stop exactly on the line so you can see right and left better, otherwise peep and creep, decide, and then take it out. So as you're going right, this is a downhill with the parked car, so it's going to be a downhill meeting traffic situations. So make sure you don't go more than 20 miles speed and look for the spaces if you have to stop for others. And keep an eye if they stop for you. So the way they stop you in the uphill positions to check your hill start, they can ask you to stop on the left side in a downhill situation, and then they will do the downhill hill start. Okay, so that's a different exercise. But in both of them, whoever is coming from your front and back, you make sure you let them go. You don't want to be going in front of them and disturb their journey. When you move up from here, make sure you do a good amount of the wheel, because see, the car is already angling out, so that way you make sure you do full shoulder look check, full one circle to the right, and do it very slowly in downhill, and then you decide to move off. Remember what we said now, that if they already stop you before the car earlier and you've done the parallel parking, they're not stopping you here because of the parallel parking. They're just stopping you at angle exercise, or they're stopping you for uphill or downhill exercise. They stop you 6-7 times in the driving test. In this situation, they are stopping to make you a sat nav driving start from here. So first they was directed you for streets to turn right, and then directed you to turn right again, and in between they ask you moving and stopping and parallel parking. But this time is a start of your independent driving. Sometimes they start the independent driving not outside the test center. They go some 1-2 streets further, and then they start the exercise. So this is where it's going to be the sat nav driving now. When you do the sat nav driving, you have to make sure that you look on the arrows on the top on the sat nav and see which side the arrow is showing you the directions, left or right, and make up your mind. When the sat nav say at the end of the road turn left, turn right, that's your T junction. When the sat nav say take the next road on the left, on the right, that means they're talking about your street. When the sat nav start talking about two things together, that means your both junctions are a bit close to each other. But you have to do one at one time. Now you're going down the hill, and it's a meeting traffic situation, two-way road, so make sure you go slow, maybe in the gear 1 or 10 mile speed. So if anyone comes from the front, you are going to be well prepared to stop for them. Now end of the road, you're going to take a left turn, and that's where the speed changed to 30. Have a look on the signs. Make sure this road, when you take a left turn, keep the car on the left and look properly on the new road. If it's all clear, keep moving. That's your open junction, for example. And if it's a close, make sure you peep and creep, look, decide, and go. Sometimes they ask you to take a left turn into the next road. You are on 30 mile speed. If you take this left turning, it might say bear left, then go up, which is also 30, or they keep going straight towards the station. And then at the end of the road, they ask you to take a right turning, which is always hard to take right because of heavy traffic coming from both sides. And soon after the turning is a pedestrian crossing, which means you have to watch for the pedestrians, and also is a hill start junction, so many people struggle in gear 1 to take a right turn and they might stall, so very careful in that situation. This junction can be very busy. If you look on the front, it's people are coming from your left, right and straight. Don't forget the street or the opposite one. Let this guy do first, then you can take over the space. And but make sure when you take a right turning, look on the traffic light. Maybe the light is red, so don't just take right turn and go straight. You have to stop if the light is red. Then you're going towards the bridge, which is a bit narrow, so you have to be careful for the meeting traffic, and a lot of pedestrian will be there. Speed is still 30 miles. After turning right, they maybe ask you to take the second road on your right. This blue color signboard street with the shop is there, that means it's your number one. And you go the other street on your right, which is hill, bend and right turn. So keep the car on the right in the middle, do the mirror signal right, and then look on the front. If there's no one, keep moving like an open junction. Still a 30-mile road. Again, some meeting traffic situations. It's going to be all the way to the uphill road, so you have to be careful with the lower gears to keep the power on. Again, at any time on this road, they can ask you to do some moving and stopping. That's again, he'll start driving. So be careful that don't roll back and don't stall the car in uphills, and make sure you secure the car with the handbrake properly. There is a street come on the left side. Sometimes they might ask you to go in that street. The letterbox is there on the street, so they go all the way there, do the maneuver and come out again. So that's the one choice. Other choice is they carry on straight and they go to the traffic light and ask you to take a left turn. When you go to the traffic light, you stay in the left lane and you watch the left side signal. And you must stay in the left lane and don't stop on the yellow box. But if there is a space after the box for one car near the cycle, you stop over there. Watch the left traffic light, not the right, because you have a filter light. Then they can ask you to take a right turning. You have to go to the middle box to take a right turning, but you don't go too early like this person going a little early. You don't go too early when the arrow says, and you must take more closer to the right for the right turning. So that's the one mistake, not taking a good position as much to the right. When you go right, you take a good right position for the right turn, so cars at the left don't get disturbed. But there was enough room for the left car to go this time, but imagine if there is a police car, ambulance or anybody else, they can't go. So now when you enter in this road, is called 20 zone. So that means every street you're going from here will be the 20-mile speed. Again is downhill, keep in the second gear and keep the car 20, don't go more over 20. Now they can ask you to take a right turning in that street. Again, it's 20-mile zone, so that's why it's going to be another 20 street. Look around. If it's all okay, do mirror signal and take a right turning from the left side of the road. Then at the end of that road, they ask you to take another right turning, which is a T junction. So remember, they're not going to take you to the car park because you've already done the maneuver. But if they haven't done the maneuver before, they might ask you to take a right turn into this car park. It's a right turn on the bend, so when you take right, make sure you look on the bend on the left, then take a right turn and enter from the left side. This road speed is going to change soon now from 20 to 30s. So make sure you don't miss the sign. Look on the signs now, it's coming up. Wait for the sign to cross, then check the mirrors, then pick up your speed or go gate 3. Now this traffic light, they ask you to take a right turning. Again, you came from the 30-mile road, it's still a 30-mile speed. You just stay in the left lane as normal and very careful for this bright sun on the sunny days, especially in the winter sunny days. Now keep a distance from the front cars. Don't go closer to anybody. Don't follow anybody too close. Look for the pedestrians near the shops, near the houses, and then you got some junction. Sometimes they take a left turn in that street on the traffic light, and sometimes they carry on straight. Look mirror before you brake, and then you stop after the keep clear. At this occasion, we are turning left. See, the speed did not change. It's still at 30 miles. Then end of the road, you take a right turning, and still the speed did not change. It's still at 30 miles. When you go in this road, there are a lot of park cars sometimes, and there's the downhill with a lot of speed humps. Now, when you take this overtaking, you go fully to the right lane to overtake the van. You don't have to go in the middle because the road space is too small that you don't have to stay in the middle. You can go fully to the right. And this person going in the middle, that's another clearance mistake. And there's another vans are there in the front, same logic. You don't have to stay in the middle. You can go more to the right to give space to the van. That's more important, because if you go from the center, the space you're giving on the right for the cars is still not enough for the car, so there is no point to give the space. Downhill, keep going straight. Downhill speed jumps a lot, so that means every time you go downhill, control your speed, don't go faster, and any speed humps, try to go a bit low, not too slow. Just make sure cover your brake so you don't jump too much. Now, end of that road, you're gonna see the stop sign, and that from stop sign you take a right turning. The rule of the stop sign is that you must stop. Everywhere is a giveaway. Maybe one place in the test they take you to the stop junction. They don't take you to the stop junction again and again. In 38 minutes to 40-minute driving, they take you one stop sign maybe. The rule of the stop sign that you must stop the car regardless is open and closed junction on the lines, on the stop line, not on the wording, because wordings are before to warn you, but you stop on the line. So you're going to take a right turn from the stop sign. Go slow on the water if you think it's going to splash to the other people. That's a stop sign. You must stop and take a right turn. Why you stop on the line? So people on the new road can see your bumper, so they know you are trying to come out from the street, so they maybe slow down a little bit by passing the junction. Second, stop signs are there when there is a blind spot. So find out which side is a blind spot. You can see straight very easily. You can see the right very easily. So it's the left side is a blind spot. So you watch that side more before you decide to go or not to go, because people are coming downhill a bit faster and you don't want to go in front of them. After taking a right turning from this traffic light, you're going to take another right turn and join the dual carriageway. That dual carriageway is a 70-mile speed road. There's no sign guiding you on the right side that is 70 mile, but there's a speed sign guiding you on the left side is 70 mile. But remember, it's a ring road, 70 mile. So what you have to do, you go straight about in the middle like now and take a right turning and stay left side lane out of 2 arrow. This light not gonna stay red for long. So you make sure soon you go green, you have to build up the speed from 0 to 50 at least straight away. And make sure you do it quickly, because the traffic at the back also go green light and they're going to come and overtake you a bit faster. So don't take that long to build up the speed. You have to make a good progress straight away from here. Be careful from the bright sun, because that way you can miss the traffic signs, you can miss the road marking, you can miss any hazard in front of you. And that is the one challenging thing if you got the suns like that in the front. You're going to approach the roundabout soon. That is a 40-mile speed after the roundabout, and we are going straight to the roundabout second exit. To go straight to the roundabout second exit, this lane will going to split into another 2 lanes, one to the left, one to the middle. You need to stay close to the white line on the right. That will take you to the middle lane, and from middle lane you will go straight second exit. After the exit, make sure it's open and closed. This roundabout can be very busy all of the times, so make sure you always look if it's safe for you to go or not. Otherwise, don't take a risk. and just go straight and stay in the outer circle of the roundabout, and about now mirror signal left and just go straight. Remember, it's a 40-mile road if you miss the sign because of sun. Is a reminder on the left which says 40-mile road, so make sure you drive 40 and it's downhill, careful. Then you get the traffic light junction, just carry on straight from the traffic light junction. So after going straight, these two lanes going to be merged into one lane. So that means dual carriageway is finishing soon. So you have to watch who is traveling on your right so they don't overtake you, or if they are, you just slow down, let them go. So your observation need to be there. And then you're heading towards the another roundabout where they ask you to take a right turning, third exit taking you back to the test center. Signs are Horsforth. You are in the one lane now, which is going to split into two lanes soon. There's a board say it's going to split into two lanes. That's a sign. You keep to the right as early you can, and then you near the junction, you do mirror signal right and ask yourself, is it open and closed junction, so you have to stop for others or not. If not, keep moving with the second gear and look all around, keeping the inner circle of the roundabout by using the right signal. If your signal is cancelled, doesn't matter, you can do it again. Maintain your right lane, and after the number 2 exit, look left properly as a shoulder, do the mirror signal left, keep the car straight and enter 30-mile road from here, and then you just go on back to the test center. So that's one of the easiest route, very straight with less problems, less hazards. So